Okay, confession time. We booked Bangkok thinking it was just, that kind of destination.
But guys, this city humbled us, and we're about to tell you how it all went down.
We landed in Bangkok early morning, slightly hungover from the flight, thinking we'll just take off some basic tourist spot and call it content.
But our trip began when we accidentally walked into a real life Bond movie.
So there was this guy, Jim Thompson, a World War II American spy who built Thai Silk Empire and then vanished into thin air. Like, who does that?
This man put Thai silk on a global map. We're talking royalties wearing his stuff kind of shit. He was living Pablo Escobar level life in this insane teak mansion he built fusing Thai traditions and Western design.
Then one day, he goes for a walk, never to be seen again. Some say the CIA took him out. Maybe the enemies had him killed. Or some think that maybe he went to a jungle and became a monk. This was insane. How is this not a movie yet?
His house is now converted into a museum with Asian antiques, hand-woven silk, and koi ponds, like a Bond villain's dream house. Sadly, the cameras weren't allowed inside. But honestly, the intrigue is less about the interiors and more about the man himself.
This is where when it gets frustrating. The tour guy spends 20 minutes explaining the origin of a wooden chair when we are literally standing in a spy's mansion. The audacity. This place had literally everything for an epic thriller. Mystery, wealth, powerful enemies, unexplained disappearances, but they turned it into a pitch deck for their silk shop.
After that thriller opening, we thought we'd seen peak Bangkok intrigue. Wrong.
We almost missed this place entirely because we fell for the what for is close scam at Khausan Road. Yeah, we are those tourists. Don't judge us.
We managed to escape and reach Wat Po, and this place is literally the Harvard of ancient wellness. But nobody talks about it properly. Everyone's like, oh, big Buddha, pretty, take selfie.
Before it became a tourist magnet, this was the true center of learning. Just like our Gurukuls, medicine, yoga, astrology, therapy were passed down from master to student.
And the best part, it still works the same way. Massage therapists come here to learn at the birthplace of traditional Thai massage.
Then there is 46 meters of golden serenity, the reclining Buddha, representing its final moments before entering nirvana, a peaceful farewell to the material world.
In a world where everyone is stressed about everything, here is a 1,000-year-old lesson in just letting it go.
This glitch Jenga tower is the Thailand's tallest building.
But we didn't come here for the amazing architecture. We came here to do something stupid.
We are scared of heights, like proper scared. Heart sinking, legs turning to jelly scared.
And attempting to stand on a piece of glass suspended 1,100 feet in midair. Our brains just noped out.
Every part of us knew it's safe, but our survival instincts were screaming.
Once our heart stopped pounding out of our chest, we started to embrace the 360 view of Bangkok with the sun setting over at the Chao Phraya River.
Is it touristy? Absolutely. Is it expensive? Hell yes. But will it give you bragging rights and adrenaline rush 100%.
After looking down on Bangkok from the clouds, we thought nothing would top this feeling. But then we climbed over bodies of plague victims to find peace.
What Saket wasn't even on our list. Some random local was like, you have to see the Golden Mount. We were thinking, another temple, really? Best advisor.
This place is a small village in itself. You climb the spiral path wrapped around a lush green hill, past the giant bells and prayer wheels, and the city noise just bitters out.
Here's the wild part. Ashes from the plague victims are buried in the base. Sounds morbid, but it didn't feel heavy.
Instead, locals say that this was the highest point in the city, and you get a 360 view with no glass walls, no counter ticket up top, just you and Bangkok face to face.
What surprised us the most is how underrated this was.
After hopping around in the city, we planned to munch on 7-Eleven in peace. So we headed to Lumpini Park thinking it would be just, a regular city park.
This is basically Jurassic Park in the middle of Bangkok. Massive monitor lizards, like 6 feet long prehistoric creatures casually sunbathing, and everyone's acting like this is totally normal.
The contrast is insane. You have got this ultra modern city skyline in the background, a peaceful lake in the middle, and boom, actual dinosaurs just chilling like they own the place, which honestly they probably do.
We thought we were done with temples, like completely templed out.
And then we saw this rising from the river, Wataram, the Temple of Dawn.
The whole tower starts glowing like it's actually made of gems and crystals, and we just couldn't stop staring. We looked it up later, and the symbolism was next level.
It's named after Arun, the charioteer of Hindu sun god. The main tower represents Mount Meru, which is literally the center of entire universe in Hindu cosmology.
With Shiva's Trishul on top, meant to destroy ego, ignorance, and illusion. Plus, there's Hanuman's dad, the wind god, and the Ravan himself as one of the giant guardians. But none of it was obvious when we walked in.
What surprised us wasn't the history, but how drop dead gorgeous the place is. The geometry, the details, and the way the light hits. No wonder locals do their pre-wedding shoots here.
And yes, you can rent traditional Thai costumes and do the same.
This city doesn't just surprise you, it rewrites what you think you know about travel.
And honestly, we can't wait to go back and discover what else Bangkok is hiding. Let us know in the comments what surprised you the most.
And don't forget to subscribe for more such travel content that will blow your mind.